Michael Jackson say, they don't really care about us. So at this point, it's about choices. And 2020 has really made some people face some difficult choices. It's like the pressure, the back against the wall situation for a lot of people. And for some others, 2020 has been an amazing year. Again, it's all about your perspective, and I'm going to say how you handle the situation and how you look at it, because your perception, look at me, can't talk already. Your perception is an illusion depending on where you at and how real you keep it with yourself. So for me personally, 2020 had, regular trials and errors that we face every year when it's time to end these cycles and end relationships and things that we have a hard time ending when we're trying to elevate. Every time you try to take a step up, they're not going to let you just slide on up like on the escalator. Like, you really got to put in some work in order to move up. So when it's time to move up, we get tested with our team that's around us. And for me, it was me by myself this time. And I looked at this opportunity. Am I really by myself, or can I use this opportunity as a learning opportunity? What can I gain from this? What has this taught me? What is it that how can I benefit? Like, my motto for myself for the past 2 years was capitalize the cry. So every time I cry, I come up with some kind of idea that's going to make me money, because I want to capitalize off my tears. Let me jump into my creativity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I wasn't born to live a regular life, so I'm not going to continue to keep myself in that box when I don't have to. I have children, so I don't want them to struggle or experience any of the things that I had to experience to get where I am. I'm thankful for them, but I don't want them to have to experience that. So I'm going to do everything that I can do with myself to provide for them the life that I wish I had as a child. Freedom. Freedom. When we were kids, we wanted freedom. It's always, go sit down, go to your room. I want to hit it. Like, we've been in jail our whole life, if that makes sense. But freedom. So, yeah. So, for me, I turned 2020 into a year of capitalization. I thought about everything that I love to do. And I was like, how can I incorporate this with what I'm already doing? So, you know me, I love fashion. I love makeup. I love basically just being seen. I love taking pictures. I love dancing. So I knew whatever I ended up doing, I was gonna be in front of somebody's camera doing something, because I like attention and I want to be seen. So instead of having that as a crutch or having that as, I'm gonna say, a negative, how can we flip that I want attention into a positive? Make y'all look at me, duh. That's why we got time to talk. So yeah, but it's not all about me. Everybody has a purpose in this world, and through me sharing my gifts and exposing myself and placing myself there in front of you guys, that allow me to contribute to my destiny and fulfill my purpose. So it's basically like I'm the mirror reflecting what it is that you're going through at this point in time, so that I can help you, help give you some keys and some tools to navigate you through this shit show, because that's exactly what it is. But back to me making 2020 a year of capitalization. We have a lot of great things coming. I have a company called Beauty Artistry and Beyond, and what I do there, I'm a loctician, I'm a makeup artist. I also make natural hair and natural skincare products. I'm dabbling into the holistic health care for women. So I also have yoni pearls and other detox things available, for overall women's health. Oh, what else? That's not it. I just did my first gig as a photographer, y'all. So I was in New Orleans last weekend, right? I had some business and I had some work. And my client wanted to do a photo shoot in the graveyard. So I'm like, number one, we going to the graveyard? Like, that's so cool. I know some people going to be creeped out. But me personally, I enjoy being in the cemetery and the graveyards and things like that. Don't ask me why. I just do. That's my thing. But anyhow, y'all, them pictures came out so fucking dope. I was like, look at you, Tar. You know what I'm saying? Hitting them angles, doing your thing, girl. I didn't even know that, inside scene, the pictures that we took. And it made me think, okay, let's go ahead and add photographer to the resume. You know what I'm saying? I already do a lot. I'm already all over the place. Anyway, so why not add something else to the plate that's going to contribute to me, so I don't have to add nothing else to the plate? I'm trying to get to the point to where my money work for me and I don't work for my money. So when somebody call me and be like, Tar, where you at? Oh, girl, I'm in Paris eating breakfast with the kids right now. We gonna be back in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I always say that because that's just what it is. Cause I'm gonna give me and my kids a private jet, and we gonna always be gone, honey. Talk the deuces to America and everything else here. But it's cool. But for some, it wasn't so cool. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people lost houses, cars, and a lot of people were faced with some hard lessons that they needed to learn, like detaching from codependent relationships. And that's kind of difficult when you are to deal with when you already feel like you're back against the wall. So that's that shadow work sneaking up into play. You'll have one incident that happens in your life, excuse me, that causes you to feel some type of way. It like takes a piece of you some kind of way, if that makes sense. And then you hit with another one when you don't recognize what's going on. Then you hit with another one. Excuse me. So 2020, it's just been that for some people. Just domino effect, down, down, down after down after down after down. And sometimes there's nothing that we can do about that. But ways that we can help those people, that sometimes they don't need for you to tell them what they need to be doing. Sometimes they just need you to listen. Sometimes they just need you to do what you say you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? The way you see help is not the way that everybody else see help. So, take that for what it is. So, I feel like with us being entrepreneurs and things like that, being in the black community, we can create, job opportunities to lend a lifting hand to those that are in need who are suffering from 2020, because there is no reason why nobody should not have started some type of business, some type of side hustle, just doing something that you enjoy doing that can bring money into your pocket. One major thing that I noticed that people are taking to create an income is spirituality and religion. They make everything a trend. So right now, the biggest wave, the biggest trend is spirituality. And I've been noticing a lot of things in the spiritual community as far as like people charging, outrageous prices for stones. The stones can be like this teeny tiny. They want $300 for it. And it's taking advantage of people because you can go somewhere else to get something that's way more bigger than that, that's way more authentic, because a lot of it is commercialized, and it all depends on, where you went in your journey, so you can be able to connect with the tools that you use for your divination and whatnot. But the fact of the matter is, they over here charging these outrageous prices for these things and giving people misinformation at the same time. So it's like intentionally leading people the wrong way for personal gain. And my thing is, that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work in no way, shape, fashion, or form, because you're not really helping nobody. Some people rely solely on their spirituality, rely solely on, what I'm saying, whatever it is that they rely on. But again, that's an attachment to something. Leading people down the wrong path intentionally just for personal gain, baby, it's hell to tell the captain. That's something that you gotta deal with. I ain't here to judge nobody. I'm just saying. Sometimes people have to be accountable for themselves and the things that they choose. And one of the biggest things that you have to learn while you were here is who the fuck you are. Who are you? Aside from the opinions of your mama, your daddy, the traumatic experience that you have experienced in this lifetime, like, who are you? Deep down inside, that person that you've been suppressing this whole entire time that's been trying to be free. Like, who are you? A lot of people have a hard time accepting themselves because they don't know how to accept themselves. And it also plays a major role in the decisions and the things that they do. But right now, in 2020, if you don't know yourself, you ain't got nothing at all. Because what's going on around here, sips tea. If you don't know yourself, you ain't gonna make it. And that's that on that. I feel like I'm all over the place a little bit. I'm getting these messages as I'm sitting here talking to y'all, and it's like, Tori, say this, Tori, say that. So I'm trying to, make sure I stay on point within myself, because it's a lot of y'all that that's waiting to hear something. So y'all bear with me and give me a moment. Whenever I take a pause, that's me channeling the message. But when we come back from this break, we're gonna discuss how making money off of spirituality is a no-no in the spiritual community. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Welcome back with Tyme. Welcome back with Tyme with Tara. We have some special guests in the building that's gonna come up here and we about to get this thing popping. So with Brandy and Morgan, y'all gonna join me real quick. Pull up a chair.
Yes.
Y'all have seats right here, ladies.
Okay.
Make sure I get all my stuff out the way.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we have Miss Brandy over here. How are you doing today?
How are you?
I am well, thanks for asking. And Miss Morgan, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you.
That's what's up. So what do you ladies do?
I actually am a mother of 6. I currently braid hair, do nails. I work at a spiritual shop, and I'm just Brandy.
I'm just Brandy. It sounds like you do a lot of things. You wear many hats, Mama. I can understand that.
Yes, ma'am. I do many things.
Yeah. And what about you, Mama?
Well, I'm a writer. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I also am running a telecommunications business online. So, just playing around while we're stuck at the house.
I know, right? I know that's right. Yeah. So, how many kids do you have, Mama?
I have two boys.
That's what's up. And you say you have 6, Brandy?
Yes, ma'am.
I got a quick question for y'all. Entrepreneur, with the stay-at-home mom situation as well. How do you guys manage, your schedules and things with the kids being there as opposed to them being at school? Because when they're at school, we have our alone time, our silence, to do it, yes. Whatever it is that we need to do. Me, I choose to work during that time. So whenever the kids are gone, I always make products because it's only my energy in the house. So what do you guys do to balance all that out?
It's very hard. It's a very hard juggle, but I basically schedule. Things are very strategic in my home. I have to set aside time for dinner, set aside time for lunch, set aside time for breakfast, also set aside time for, their schooling and things like that. But for the most part, my goal is making sure that they don't have to do what I'm doing. And so that's what I focus on for the most part is always doing nails, always doing hair, always making sure that I'm busy making some type of income so my kids don't have to suffer.
Okay, we're not going to say busy. We're going to say productive.
Productive.
Productive. I like that.
And Miss Morgan, how you juggling it?
It's difficult. It's difficult, and I only have 2. But I think that it's been a blessing in disguise because my children are actually thriving at home. I have one child who is special needs, and he would normally be getting assistance in the classroom, but just him being at home with me and me being able to stay on top of things has helped his grades go up. So it's just a matter of what's working for you. Like I have one son that's in HISD, one that's in Aldine. So everything is split up. I got to do these meetings, that meeting, all these Zoom. They literally are calling my phone 24 hours a day, even on Sundays. So it's terribly hard to juggle, but the mindset and the benefit that I think that we're getting out of it is priceless. Because we don't want the system to raise our children, and we don't want for them to control the narrative of what they're learning. So we have a little bit of time. It's stressful. I'm not going to take that away from everything, because it is. We got to be the cook, the clean, the custodian. You got to go get the meals, the library. You know, so I'm not going to say it's not difficult, but I think that for the Black community especially, we get to take this time to impart to them the things we're going to need for them to know for life.
Right.
Okay. I got another question which made me think of something. Have you guys noticed a difference in your children's behavior since you guys started doing the online school or schooling at home? Has it improved or has it got worse?
Well, I actually had an issue with my kids actually going to school. It was never an issue at home because as a single Black mother, I am the disciplinarian in my home. Mm-hmm. So, of course, what my kids do at home, they're not going to do at school. What they do at school, they're not going to do at home. So, yes, I've seen a major difference in it. I see that they actually be willing to do their work. They're on top of things because they know mama don't play. So and then they can't do the things that they would actually do at school and get away with it because the teachers can't do this or they can't say that. They don't do that or try those boundaries with me. So yes, I have seen a very big difference in the behavioral and the actual diligence about getting things done.
Okay. And what about you, Morgan?
I'm going to say yes, slightly. For the most part, they are still the same way that they normally are, but what I see creeping in the longer that they are at home is the slight defiance. Like, I've been doing this so long, I could slip in and she won't notice. But yeah, it's just trying to see how much wiggle room they have. They're literally suffocating, you know. So they're trying to find whatever way they can be mischievous or see how far they can go without being caught, you know. So that's a different side I'm seeing out of them, you know, of course. Absolutely. So, you know, for me, that's really the biggest thing. Overall, they're still the same. They're still the same kids.
All right. With you guys being an entrepreneur, I heard you say you do hair. You listed a lot of things that requires you to be of service of people. Mm-hmm. So when I think of entrepreneurship, I think of Moses in a way. That's the first thing that came to mind because, you know, you are there to be service of people. Mm-hmm. So with spirituality being something that's heavy amongst the people that are looking for guidance and looking for wisdom and things. So whatever it is that you're looking for in your spiritual journey, how do you feel the influence of the dollar partakes in the actual fruit that we're supposed to be bearing into the people?
So, no, for real, like, I think that overall, people really take advantage of the fact that right now, our people are reaching out for some type of help.
Yes. Because
they know now at this point with the breaks and everything that's going on, we've had time to sit at home and we've had time for that spirit to line up. And now that the spirit has lined up and we have the opportunity to become one with that spirit, we look for help. We look for teachers. We look for people to help in some type of guidance toward that situation. Right. And when you go to these people with everything that's going on, it seems very monetary. Like, you know, they will charge ridiculous prices for things that are not, like she said, like the candles. It's like, come on, like it really doesn't cost that much. And at this time, we should be uplifting one another and showing each other that you can possibly do these things without all of the means that, you know, we used to have at one particular time. So my understanding to it at this point is that people are really abusing spirituality.
Yes. And what's your take on it, Mama?
I agree on so many levels. It's not just the tangible. It's everything. Anything you could think of that deals with holistic living and wanting to get back to knowing yourself. They are finding so many ways to make this a whole career. So, you know, I mean, you know, it doesn't matter if it's from the bowls to teaching you how to align your chakras. Right. You know, I'm all for the news and the information being put out, but I'm more so for teaching people how to fish. I don't want to cook your fish and sell you a fish at an expedited price because it was inconvenient for me to do for you.
Yeah.
I want what I do to be out of love. And I want what you do in return for me to be reciprocated in love.
Yes,
Right,
absolutely.
right.
You know,
Right.
I like you said. I like how you said that, Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. I see you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna piggyback off of that because that made me feel some type of way in my heart when she said love like that. It's like love is the key. You know what I'm saying? But the only way that you will be able to experience that frequency of love is if you first can give it to your motherfucking self.
Hello.
Yo.
Hello.
Say that.
You cannot say that you are in love and you have experienced love if you do not love yourself. Because how you gonna know? You got what it feel like. Like, come on.
You
And
know,
let's add that that's free.
Right?
before you tell, someone what it is that you want of them, you have to first know what that is.
Right.
How would you know without the practice or the experience, just spending time alone? You know?
Yeah.
This is a blessing, and I mentioned that to a couple of people that this is a time that people can heal so many things.
Yes,
Just
that
being in
part.
isolation, but never to look at it like I'm alone, because you're not. It is everybody's going through what you're going through, and there are many ways to reach out to people. But at the same time, take that time as a gift. It's a gift.
Absolutely.
You will never get this type of time to focus on the things you need to handle that
absolutely
you've
right.
been missing. It's
And
a
then on the
gift.
other side of things, people need to understand that it's not a fee to become one with someone and help them on their way.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to
Yes.
charge no type of money just to say, I'm there with you. I understand what you're going through.
Yes.
This is what you might need. These are the things that you might can use. It shouldn't be some type of detriment to that particular thing, because you might find a person down on their way and then they like, okay, well, I need some help. And then here you are, well, it's going to cost $20. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, everybody, I'm going to say this, everybody is not like that. And I've came across some shops, you know what I'm saying, where I've seen people literally just give somebody something just off of
Me as
GP.
well.
You know what I'm saying?
Me as
Why would
well.
you think like that? So I'm going to say that it's going to be on that person. Now, as far as me personally, I said to myself that me walking in my purpose, walking in my purpose is how I make my living. So I have to do everything that's designed and aligned for me, you know what I'm saying, to do what I'm supposed to do for my people.
Right.
And I'm going to be taken care of for that.
Right.
So some people, have it set up like this. So I'm just going to say I'm not necessarily using my gifts to make money, but
Yeah.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and I'm just receiving the benefits of it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be a spiritual thing. So actually, when I do the things that I do spiritual, I when a person say, well, what can I give you for that? I tell them to give me whatever your spirit tells you.
Yeah, what's
You
on your
know,
heart.
because oftentimes we shortchange ourselves.
You right.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing like telling a person, give what's on your heart, and I already got $25 set as the price, and they give me $100. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
that's what Spirit guided them to do. So, still in that same token, we are allowing for people to follow their spirit. So it's a double thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you what my spirit tells you, or what tells me to tell you, and then you're giving me. And as a token, we both follow in spirit.
Yep, and
That's a beautiful
exchange.
thing.
It's like,
right.
how can we deliberately charge for just being obedient? Because
Right.
you, I know that if we don't do what we're told to do, that we suffer. So just in us being obedient, how can you charge for that? That's benefiting you regardless,
Yeah.
whatever the price,
Right.
It's regardless, You don't have to put a number or a name you leave that to what's going on. And if you have actually helped them tap into what's going on, they will feel it.
Right.
It's no doubt. It's just for us to take the time to actually hear and respond accordingly.
Yes,
Right.
We will touch them, and we don't have to do anything else.
that part.
We just do in obedience.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that you made a really good statement about shortchanging yourself, because I just had an experience with one of my clients, and I always have my set price, but when I went to service them this time, it was a little bit more work required. Like, it wasn't just no hair. It was like, I got some messages for you. Are you open to receive it?
Right.
Because I got to tell you something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I ain't put no price on it, because it went in my spirit to put no price on it. So, I did my thug thizzle, doing the hair and delivering my message and whatnot. And before I finished with my services, I had got a Cash App notification for an amount that I wouldn't even think of. You know what I'm saying? For what it is that I did. And it made me think about that. Like, you absolutely could be right. Setting these prices and things like that and expecting something in return could be blocking your blessings or blocking your money. Like, you could be blocking yourself, to be quite honest. I'm going to take that as a message for myself, because Tara always got something to say. They always, deliver a message, and I'm like, I don't want to. They don't want to listen. I ain't got time for that. This, that, and the other, man. Y'all be making it hard, but man, look.
It's very taxing. I think that when you live in this type of gift, when people need assistance, they expect for you to be on.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that coming out of it, it's taxing for you. You know how people always talk about the transference of energy?
Yeah.
You literally have to give of yourself in order to help these people. So you, in many ways, can walk away depleted.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
And that's a good reason to put a price on your shit, too, because depending on what kind of work you do, shit can be draining. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But don't be out here taking advantage of people and knocking people over the head. $1,000 for a damn selenite crystal and that shit ain't, like, everything is energy now, y'all. I'm going to give y'all a tip. I'm going to give y'all a tip.
Come on.
If you walking in any kind of metaphysical shop and the energy in there don't feel good or you can't feel the energy in there, baby, you need to turn it around and walk it out here, because everything is about frequency. Everything is about energy. It's not just touch. Like, no, you got to touch a motherfucker without touching them. Like, look at their souls. You know what I'm saying? And depending on what type of gifts you have, shit, sometimes you can smell. I know one of my kids right now is experiencing, I don't know what they call it, but I call him my little dasher hound, my bloodhound, because he can smell the negative toxic ass all in the heart, but he'd be like, ugh, mama, what's that smell? I'd be like, what is it, child? What is it? It smells like dog poo. I'm like, you know what that means? Yeah, somebody with their funky soul, y'all. We was in Walmart. Wait, y'all, look. We was in Walmart in New Orleans, yes. You know, we be clowning in the store. I don't know why, but we do our thing in the store. And he was like, oh, that man right there got a funky soul on him, mama. Y'all, I must have died and I was like, son, please don't point and holler about funky souls. You have people looking at us crazy because they don't know what we talking about. But we sit there looking at them like, y'all don't smell that shit?
Yeah.
So, man, depending on your gifts, like a lot of us have many different gifts. So, side note, if you somewhere and you smell some shit, or you smell some sewer, or you smell something funky, and you the only one that smell it, I'm just letting y'all know right now, that's somebody with a funky, toxic soul. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is.
Right.
That shit crazy, though. And some people can actually see them, too. Like, you have some people that have these little souls and these energies attached to them, and they just walk on by, and you can just see what it is above their head, or you can just feel it in their aura and stuff like that. Like, the gifts are different. But we're going to talk about more of those gifts and the importance of spirituality at this moment in this pandemic when we come back from this commercial break. Peace. welcome back to Time with Tara. We are here with Miss Brandy and Miss Morgan, and we're really just shooting shit on the importance of spirituality right now in 2020 with the pandemic and them getting ready to unleash all the beasts on our asses down here on this earth. You know what I'm saying? The crazy part is, it's so many wars going on and so many people on so many different levels. We don't even know, you know what I'm saying, they don't even know what they're dealing with, actually. I'm gonna say that. So with everything that's going on, how do your spiritual gifts tie into what we are experiencing?
Hey, now, I feel like as far as I am concerned, I have experienced a lot of things that I actually didn't know a name to.
Mm-hmm.
But in this quiet time, alone time, I have experienced seeing things and hearing things and, you know, just being forewarned when things are about to happen. And that's great for me because I feel like I can become prepared in a situation where, you know, other people don't have that particular warning. So, yes.
Okay, so when you say seeing things and hearing things, could you elaborate on that a little bit for us?
So, I have the particular gift of clairvoyance, and that is being able to see into other people's lives, maybe what they forgot or maybe what they don't remember, which is the same thing as forgot, or what they don't particularly see. And so a while back I was in a situation where I was able to see a particular situation that a person would not let go of. And that's what brought me into the realization that I was clairvoyant. So that's what I mean about seeing.
Okay. So, that's pretty deep. Because can you shut it off? Because I can just imagine, you know what I'm saying, especially when you're in a crowded place or something like that, and you out there and you just seeing all these different people and they have all this different stuff going on. Like, can you control it?
That's my battle. I'm really trying to control it, but I shouldn't. I mean, we should open up and we should surrender at a certain point and allow for that spirit to go ahead and come through so we can be at our fullest potential. Right now, I'm actually learning how to let go and let it flow, because in letting it flow, then it will come and go as it's supposed to. But the more you try to control it, the more you're going to have those glitches in the program.
Yeah, resistance.
Right.
Resistance. And what about you, Morgan? Are you aware of any of your gifts?
Yes. I think we are all sitting here. We are all three hairdressers. We are all three we have our own sort of ministry. And the types of things that we resonate with are usually things that people who are like us do. We look for avenues to let it out, like artistic avenues most.
Yes.
But yeah, I realized that my most poignant gift is the gift of healing. I can heal through words, and I can heal through natural ways of healing. But it's something that you ever hear people say that they do these test subjects, test trials. I was my own test subject.
Okay.
Because I have diagnosed to have a kidney disease. And at the time I started to really dive into the lifestyle, that was my main motive, was to find out what is natural, what did God create to deal with everything,
yes.
you know? And for me, that my own healing, it took place, I'd say, over a matter of a year and a half. My kidney function improved just based on what I was doing. So I deal with things like counseling, because it's not always something that's going on inside the body. Sometimes it's mental.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a disconnect between mental and spiritual. So I do a lot of listening, because when you listen to people, they actually tell you what your calling is, because they keep coming. So many different people will keep coming to you and keep asking you for advice or counseling on those same things, and you keep asking yourself, am I one true person? You know, until you understand that's a part of what it is. Because usually for us, it's something that's so easy, it's so natural, but it's taxing. You know, you do feel it when you go out. When you impart goodness into another person, you feel it.
Yeah,
leave you.
a real energy exchange.
Yeah.
You're right. You are absolutely right.
Absolutely.
And that's why self-care is very important, whether you are aware of your spiritual gifts or whatever your contributions is or not. Self-care, taking care of yourself is really, really important, because at the end of the day, you have to be your own source of energy. Like,
Right.
you can't rely on anybody else to, let you plug in a socket to
Right.
get a little juice to take. You
Right,
know what?
right,
It sounds so
right.
nasty.
Nah, that's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh my God.
It's like, though, I compare it to the progressive brake suckers that hop on you dry. You know, that's exactly what's happening. If you don't have a boundary set for yourself as to how far you can go, it can definitely happen all the time.
But that explains how much you care for yourself.
Yes.
Like, I ain't never allow nobody to plug their plug in my plug and be like, can I get some juice?
Right.
Like, nah, you can't get no juice.
Right.
What kind of juice you finna give me?
It's crazy because it's a lot of people out there that don't even know that they are the plug to somebody else.
They know it. Now, they may not know that that's what it is, but they absolutely just afraid of being alone and just holding on to these raw, detached people. You know, you gotta let them free. They got other things to do.
That
Let them go.
That's
Yeah.
what
Let them
codependency
elevate.
is.
Let them get to the point where they understand the same thing that you understand, and understand that it takes energy trying to explain it
Yes.
to them.
Right. And I always prefer, like, do the research. Do the research. We are in, like, 2020. We talking about all this time we have to put in on self, and you can have a smartphone, have a laptop, and you can come up. It's not just monetarily, you can come up mentally. You can get to understanding things that have never even given you time to think about. It kept you so busy all the time you could never see yourself.
Right, and the crazy part about all of that, y'all, is y'all don't need none of that shit to get the answers that you need. To be quite honest, like, yeah, they put technology in the palm of our hands and made everything easy, accessible, which make us attached to the shit, because we can't go nowhere without our phones. We can't do nothing without our phones. Like, everybody literally needs their phone every day. But shit, you really don't need that. You got the answers to everything that you need. You know how they say pray and meditate? What you think that shit mean? Go sit down and have a conversation with your higher self and ask them questions. You know that you're trying to get answers to, because your friend ain't gonna tell you the truth, because they can't tell themselves the truth.
Right.
Shit, so how you gonna expect to get the truth from somebody that can't tell the truth to themselves?
That's right.
That's why this is about you. This is not about nobody else but you.
And then loving on yourself will make you be able to recognize a person who doesn't love on themselves.
Right.
You know, you'll be able to walk past somebody and be like, oh, she don't love herself.
What I tell people is use what you got. Use what you got right now. Stop like, oh, I can't wait till I get me some more this and that. Oh, I need some more crystals, some more Epsom salt, some more, you know, like, use what you have at your availability with good intentions, and everything will be fulfilled. Until you get those other things that you want, you know. It's not a requirement.
Ultimately, you can rub on, you can carry, you can do everything, but it means nothing if you don't know how to center your mind and concentrate on what you want for your life.
Yes.
Absolutely
right.
That was my way.
And you know, sometimes the tools and talismans that we use, it can guide you, it can help you with that, making that connection, you know what I'm saying, with spirit, if you're not able to do that on your own. That's all it is there for you to feel the energy and pick up what it is, you know what I'm saying, that you're supposed to be looking for within.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of people misuse it and make it a crutch. Codependency. And
a lot of people covet what they see working for other people. Oh, what's that you got? It may not be for you. You may need, you know, it's like the prayer that I pray, it may not be for you. Right. You know, what I'm doing for me is tailor fitted to my walk. Yeah. But let me be an example, but still find your way.
Right?
Yeah.
And you have to be obedient to when someone is trying to guide you and direct you in the right direction. Because oftentimes you will look and seek, and then the teacher will appear, and then they say, well, you need to do X, Y, and Z. But because it ain't instantaneous or something that you want right now, then you like, oh, she don't know what she's talking about.
Yes.
That ain't right.
Yeah, some of them don't even recognize when the teacher has even entered the room because they can't see.
You know, sometimes I think people are more interested in establishing a hierarchy. They would rather show you what they know than even give you a moment to teach them anything. They the teacher.
Right.
How can you, if it's nothing wrong with being a teacher in some settings, but for every new level that you change, you better humble down and be a student.
You gonna forever be a student.
You know,
no matter, you're going to forever. You can be master. I got my master's degree and this, that, other,
Yes.
this. Baby, you're still a student.
Yes.
Life is a school. You are forever a student.
You better say it.
It's that ego, y'all. It's that ego. That's all that is.
That I, me, my. Baby. I tell people that all the time. If you can take those 3 words out of your conversation, it tells you the sum of who you are. If all you do is talk about, ooh, I, me, ooh, me, I, that's ego. You allow ego to take over your being all day.
Absolutely.
Check
girl. You gotta ego check yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
You know how you do that in the mirror?
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, it's
The
amazing
man
how
in the
many
mirror.
people don't even look at themselves. Like, they will go in the mirror, put a whole face of makeup on, and you'll see yourself.
Right.
Look at yourself.
It's crazy.
Right. Look at all that stuff up under that makeup. Look at all those imperfections and love yourself.
Yes.
Who said that with imperfection? Because I'm perfect, but I'm just
Okay.
saying.
That's right. That's
Right.
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 I'm just saying, it's crazy. Like I said previously, we can always see what's back there, but we can't never see right
yeah.
here
Oh, yeah.
all the time.
You with your shit. I don't got to go home with you and I could be like, yeah, I know that shit gonna work. Poof, be gone. But I got to sit here and deal with my stuff and I have to come up with ways to fix it. And I have to go through trial and error and be real with myself about what's not working.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's tough.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
Because
It's tough, but it's overcomable.
And it's
You
doable.
can get over.
Yes.
You can get over.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
man, it's tough because everything that we do for other people, you know, even though we have already used those tools for us, that shit don't work for us no more at all.
That's why healers need healing.
That's right.
And they need to be able to step in the presence of someone who can heal, and we need to pass that on. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing where, you know, a person is a healer or a person is a seer or whatever. All of that equates to healing. If you are in a group or a circle with other people, yes, you should allow for that person to heal you too, because a doctor a doctor in the, you know, hospital sense, they look at sickness all the time. But what exactly do they do when they get sick? Do they go to a doctor?
First of all, do they get sick at all? I doubt it, because they not taking the shit that they giving the people.
They're not.
They ain't taking it at all. Not at all.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have some old African voodoo queen in the back making them real good tonics so they never get sick.
Right. But I mean, it's the analogy.
I'm telling you, it's the reason
thought.
that the people who live in the Congo don't die from malaria. It's a reason, you know?
Right.
Yeah, they know where to get it.
Right.
They just feed us the synthetic versions of it. And they keep the real good stuff, you know?
They just getting the money. Telling
That's
you
all
got
it's about.
something, you know. If you don't listen to yourself and you don't know yourself, you're going to accept anything that anybody tell you.
Right.
So, shit, if a doctor say you got cancer, then if you're not examining yourself to see if you got cancer, then bitch, you got cancer because he said so.
Right.
But look, y'all, we're about to get ahead to a commercial break. We'll be back after this short commercial. We are back with Tyme with Tara. Man, I'm having a really good time up here with you ladies, man. The vibe is just cool. It's just real mellow. You know what I'm saying? I like y'all.
Yeah. I
We like you too,
I just like y'all. Okay.
I'm fly, girl.
Thank you. That's right. You know, I'm just saying.
Right.
Man. So, you mentioned earlier that you worked in a metaphysical shop.
Yeah.
What type of things do you do in the metaphysical shop?
Right.
No, yeah, we have lots of things that we sell: sage, crystals, different floor washes, different things that you can use, tools that you can use in order to better your life and try to do some improvement. So what I do is show you to the stuff.
Right.
I'm working on actually being able to read. Um, Again, trying to let go of the control and just let it go is a thing for me. But yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, so when you say read what? Tarot cards, reading spirits, what you doing?
I read spirits. I read you from the door. I
Yes.
read you when you come in, and that's one of the things that's a part of my gift. It's like I can see you when you come up.
Right.
Sometimes I can see you before you come in. Sometimes I see you way before you come in. It might be Thursday, and I'm there on Sunday, and it's like I seen a person, and then they come in on that Sunday. So, clairvoyance is deep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys offer more than just tools.
Yes, we offer tarot card readings. We offer intuitive readings. We offer spiritual guidance, and what else? Just come check us out.
Where you guys located at?
What's the address? Our little red one shop on Emancipation. That's where I'm at. So y'all gonna have to Google because I'm not good with addresses.
It's all good. So, Morgan, how you feeling today
I
about
am so good.
what we discussed?
I think that everything is good. Everything, is just letting people know that there are people out there that are like them, that
Okay,
are
yeah,
thinking
okay,
like
okay,
them,
okay.
that, they can actually reach out to. I think we are very approachable.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody wanted to start the life, get in deeper with the life, I don't see any of us not being willing to help.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's more so what it's about. Just letting them know that you are not alone. You might be stranded in the house, but it's a many ways that we can get together, to make sure that you have what you need.
Right.
It's like when you hear people, I want for you two to do something because I know you already do it. But when you hear people say what it is that they need from you, it's other things that they're not saying that they're saying.
Mm.
So it's in that is where our gift lies. It's not just, oh yeah, you came in the shop to do this or that. But you can tell when it's a concern or, another thing. That's where our gift comes in. Mm-hmm. So, for me, I try to provide people with access to understanding natural everything.
Okay.
Natural remedies, natural hair growth, natural healing. Because more than anything, it's not going to affect anything you already have to do. And it can do nothing but benefit you. It's nothing left to do but to work in the right direction, Okay. So if we're all, I feel like with our different facets of the things that we specialize in, working together, just letting them know that they're not by themselves. And there's always somebody that can help with different things.
Right.
Okay, so do you have an online presence or anything where you share your gifts?
I do. Yeah,
I'm
I'm Morgan
find you there.
Chastity. I'm on Facebook and on Instagram, Morgan Chastity.
Okay.
I do sessions at my home for hair growth. And I don't do it normally for a lot of people, but if it's someone who needs it, I can absolutely do a card reading. And it's a particular type of card. It's like a Russian gypsy deck. And for the most part, it's not, they can have an intention that they want to find out about, but it's going to tell you what you need to know. Mm-hmm. It doesn't care what you desire. So it's pretty strong.
You know what? I like that you said that because a lot of people come into getting a reading for expecting something that they want. They never look for what it is that they need. And so when they sit down with myself or anybody else that do cards, that really connect, they'll have, when you tell them what it is that the cards say and what Spirit telling you, they get a whole different reaction. Like, I always get people that, here we go with the love stuff. I'm going to say the love stuff because it's always love. Like, everything is about relationships right now. Like, bro, everybody is trying to do love work. We don't find a man. We never find a woman. Like, bro. Mm-hmm. And so I tell them, look.
You need to tell them to get my book.
You got a book?
Yes, my book is called Family Devotional, and family is an acronym of faith, actions, moving into loving yourself. Mm-hmm. And it gets straight to the point. It's a very short book. Very short.
What's up.
Yes.
So, All right, guys, that was today's segment of Time with Tara. You can catch me here next week, same time, same place. Get Money Thursday.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace.